Today I'm going to share with you traditional Ukrainian apple cakes that I grew up eating and will melt in your mouth. So delicious. Hello everyone, this is Ina with Inichka Chef. Welcome to my kitchen. Here on my channel I'm teaching how to cook from scratch using seasonal and local ingredients as much as possible. So if you enjoy traditional cooking, consider to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click button below to become a member of my channel. I will deeply appreciate it. If you're watching me for a while, you probably know I'm from Ukraine. I came to the United States when I was a young girl, aged 25 and I remember all my mom cooking, my sisters, my grandma, and my mom, she was so humble and she cooked so simple food, but delicious. For this apple cake called Sharlotka, very simple, and I have to say it's Soviet Union recipe. It's not really Ukraine or Russian or Belarusian. It's a melted pot cuisine, Soviet Union they call, and everyone make different ways. I want to show you how I make, where it's more reliant on eggs. It's a high protein cake, and you know, for me, how I appreciate value of food and how healthy food should be to nourish your body. So a lot of apples, you see 6 big apples, and we'll start peeling. 2 I will leave for decoration, and we'll need 4 for the cake. So a lot of eggs, a lot of apples. This cake will be like sponge, but so soft and it will melt in your mouth. It's so delicious. And by the way, for this recipe, you can use any apples. It's a humble recipe. Remember, it's a very simple recipe. It's not fine French pastry. So relax if you don't have perfect apples, or if you have smaller apples, just use more apples. And that's fine. I actually have a few different kinds of apple. My Katusha, and this one, I think it's Pink Lady. Now it's season of apples, and we used to go to farm and pick up our own apples. That was so much fun. So we need 6 egg yolks. As I mentioned, it's a high protein cake. It has very little flour, and it's not very sweet, not a lot of sugar either. And we need only 5 egg whites. So we'll keep 1 for something else. So for this humble cake, we'll start whisking egg yolks. Room temperature, please. So 6 egg yolks here. And 1/3 of cup of sugar. We'll add a little bit vanilla as well. And by the way, my mom never add vanilla. She and spices didn't go together. Let's put this way, she loves super simple food, like pepper, maybe, salt, that's all she uses, and sugar, lots of sugar. This is not as sweet, and I'm using raw cane organic sugar. White cane I always choose versus white sugar, which made out of beets, because all sugar beets in the United States and Ukraine, unfortunately, is made out of it's GMO product, it's genetic modified beets. So cane, I think it's safer to use in my opinion, but choose whatever you feel comfortable with. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want when it's almost like a ribbon, you see? It does little design. Take your time, and it's very important to whip almost ribbons. Because in this recipe, it's old-fashioned, as I mentioned, and we're going to rely raising this batter, this cake, strictly on eggs. No soda and no baking powder. So it's very important to whip it. Now we're doing the same with egg whites. 5 egg whites and rest of the sugar. So all components for this cake is ready. It's by the way, it's very simple cake, and you don't want extremely over whipped. This is perfect. It's stiff, but not until it's hard when you can mix. So it's just to the peak. Now I'm using 2 tablespoons of butter, grass fat as always, and salted. This recipe I'm using salted butter since we didn't use salt at all, so that will be fine. But normally I'm using unsalted, but always grass fat. Now add melted butter to our egg yolks. How beautiful they are, look. And gently, we don't want to have scrambled eggs, right? We don't want to cook. Most recipe actually for Sharlotka don't call for butter, but I like to buttery flavor, and I want the apples stand up. Look how many apples, to some maximum potential of apple flavor. So that's why it's not much masked with different spice. Like usually apple dessert has a lot of cinnamon and nutmeg and all that. So now what I want to do is just incorporate very gently. So we incorporate a little bit of flour and egg whites into our egg yolk. Very gently. The region where I'm from, in Ukraine, from central Ukraine, where the apples everywhere. I grew up with hundreds of different varieties of apple. In my hometown, little hometown called Bar, even they have factory, German factory of apples, when they collect all apples from all region, from all local orphanage, and they transform into apple concentrate. Then they ship back to Germany and make all sorts of things with concentrate. So if you happen to have somewhere made in German apple juice, maybe big possibility, I bet, can be those apple came from Bar, Vinnytsia region of Ukraine, and I miss this different variety of apples. I been shocked when I came to United States and I saw 6 kinds of apple, and actually not even all 6 available year around. It's always Granny Smith and a few others. That's about it. I think this is the last one. And now gently we're adding apples, but very gently. I love apples so much. When I came to the United States, my husband used to call me apple-holic. I ate many apples. Doctor said, eat 1 apple per day. I don't know if I ate 1. I ate well more than 1. Over the years, of course, I slowed down. I can eat that many fruits, mostly vegetables. But my children, they love fruit. They're fruitaholic. That's for sure. Look how beautiful this is, and it's perfect. And we need 9-inch springform pan, yes. 9-inch springform pan. Never learn this English. Very gently, very gently. You see how many apples? It's practically all apples. I don't know if my mom used vanilla or butter. I think she would skip on that. She never skipped on apples. We have so many apples. Apple sugar, that's always available. Eggs. Now, it looks gorgeous as it is, but I'm going to make even prettier. I'm going to make like little rows. from apples. "30 minutes passed, let's check." Look how beautiful, like a rose. And let's wait for another 20 minutes. Beautiful. It's steaming. Look how puffy this cake is. I cannot wait to try, but we have to wait until it's cooled down. So now it's cooled down, it's room temperature, and I would like to decorate a little bit with powdered sugar, which is optional, only for dessert. If you're planning to serve, breakfast, I would just serve with dollop cream fresh. That's how I like. For dinner, with vanilla ice cream, of course. And let's try. I'm going to have just this cup of tea with nothing else. So soft, so light, so fluffy, airy. It's so light. It doesn't have dough, it doesn't have much flour. It's and apples, and so delicious. Not overly sweet, just perfect. And again, you can cut down to sugar if you like, even less, or you can increase sugar. It's up to you. But I like just the way it is. And in the description below, always, as always, I will put all recipe in details, also full blog and similar related recipe. Please give me a like, subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends, and see you next time. Bye.